It's at the... That's right. That's right. This is the SHIB show. So this is your live broadcast tonight, Saturday night. Woo! We are live for you, everybody out there in YouTube land, and we are going to share as we dare with every single person on the planet. We are representing the SHIB community. So if everyone doesn't know anything about SHIB, SHIB is a cryptocurrency. And it's the only cryptocurrency that's constantly adding value, which is highly underrated and highly undervalued at the current time. At this current time, and the reason why we know that is because we have reduced a numerous amount of SHIB that people aren't aware of, like 694 billion SHIB removed. And anytime you remove that kind of supply, you should see some sort of action in the price. But with SHIB, there isn't any action. We had more action when we burned 56 billion SHIB. And massive love shout out to Jason Cox. Massive love shout out to you, my friend. And of course, we drop everything for everybody everywhere around the world to make sure that we communicate with our community. Right, exactly. It's a community for a community. It's SHIB community for everybody on the planet so that we all can become aware and take action. This is the only raffle in the world where it's actually reducing its circulating supply constantly, which is awesome for those getting in. Not so good for those been holding on. But for those just getting in, it's awesome. Gives everybody an opportunity to take advantage of the situation. And massive love shout out to Jason. How are you doing, buddy? How's my friend from afar? Oklahoma. How is Oklahoma? Is it good? Bad? What's going on a Saturday night in Oklahoma? The USA, the great US of A. Breathing. Yeah, I hear you, Jason. That's not good. So, yeah, our prayers are going to be with you, my brother, knowing that we care, right? Because sharing is caring. So, we want to make sure that everybody says a prayer for Jason. And we really appreciate that. Yeah, that's awesome. Under a tornado alert. Well, that's not. That's not any better, Jason. I hope. Listen, we had some wind coming in, so the breathing is starting to pick up a little bit, but it's a little too windy for our liking. Just saying. It's just saying. Anyway, we're gonna get into tonight's festivities. Just a minute here, but our prayers are with everybody in Oklahoma and everybody, and Jason, of course. Our prayers are with you, and she's going to be up. I'd say some jokes, Jason, but I don't know if hey. Chicane? Is it chicane? Chicane in the house. Chicane in the house. Hold on 2 minutes. Jiffy inbox. Chicane. Taking up the airwaves. Chicane. How are you doing? You are from which country? It looks like Korea. I'm probably wrong. It's probably Kazakhstan. So yeah, welcome everybody back to the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 raffle. I'm Will, your host of the raffle draw. Unfortunately, we are not able to host a raffle event at this time. We had a massive 8 people come to the SHIB 50/50 raffle.com. SHIB 50/50 raffle.com. We have 8 people. We had 12. What was it? No, 5. Sorry, 5 viewers and 8 views. So over the website, pretty hard to have host a raffle based on those numbers. Now, that being said, we're Innovative Meets Opportunity. Today today's wins are tomorrow's gainers, right? So everybody who would like, it takes approximately 3 months to 4 months before we see a rollout from the first burn that we do. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that just because you do a massive burn doesn't mean that it's going to pop tomorrow. Okay, last time we did a pop, it took 4 months, 3.5 months, sorry, 3.5 months. November, December, January, no, it took a little over 4 months for the first pop. After the 56 billion was burned, we had a pop of 6 to 7 times your money, right? We have been burning though consistently for 3.5 years. The reduction of SHIB circulating supply by 694 trillion SHIB has been removed from circulating supply. That being said, because it's slow and gradual, people have been taking advantage of it like it would be if it was all at once. Makes sense? So it's like a frog in a pot. Do you know the frog in a pot theory? And I'm going to go right back to Dante's Peak, where he talks about this theory. Now, you have hot water, you throw the frog in, he jumps out. But if you slowly turn the pressure, you turn the pot up, you cook him. You boil him. Because he won't get out. Get angry, William. Don't let them get you down. No, you got that right. Bone. Evie Bone. Where do they come up with these names? I'm just going to call you 555. How's that sound? 555. 555. Like it's powerful. It's so powerful. It's 555. And Jason Cox. Believer. That's his nickname, right? Believer. So if anyone wants to see massive shout out, make sure you say some prayers for Believer. That would be great. DJ Johnson. Well, when it compares to SHIB, yes, absolutely. But don't get SHIB down, right? Don't get SHIB down. It's not its fault. It's the traders that don't understand what's going on with SHIB. That's the problem, right? People aren't aware of what's going on with it. That's what we're here for, is to promote it and get the message out to the entire world before. And it's only a matter of time. No one wants to miss out on money. Okay, like I know the people, like myself and Jason Cox, and there's a few more in the community that really want SHIB to take off, and they would love to see their community build. But the truth of the matter is that we're only a small fish in the pond. Very small fish, and it's a very big pond, right? Like an ocean, right? We're very, very small in this big blahuda of an ocean. So what happens in the ocean? You get taken out by bigger fish. Sharks, well, pretty much everybody takes us out. Anybody that has over 1 trillion SHIB definitely take us out. But the truth of the matter is, those companies or organizations don't like losing money. And they've been losing a lot of money not getting into SHIB. So the whole idea is to keep a low profile to get everybody into it before the big fish take over and swallow us whole. Mark Anthony is in the house. Massive love shout out to you. And DJ Johnson, massive love shout out to you. I don't know where you're from, DJ Johnson. Here, let me get you in here as a moderator, so you can share your link. If you have a link, you can share your link now, and you're welcome. Shikan, massive love shout to you, my friend. I hope that you can correspond in English, but if you can't, we'll get some translation going on here. So first thing is first. So with SHIB, what is it that people want to see? Massive rises, massive gains, yeah. We're always adding value, so value is key. But to get that rise, you're not going to like it. This is why it's so important to get the message out to everybody before it happens. And I know it's probably not going to happen. Either we get the SHIB 50-50 raffle going. If we get that going, I guarantee you people are going to miss out like you wouldn't believe. And it's going to force everybody to start noticing SHIB on a massive scale, because the massive reductions that will happen from the 50-50 raffle will be insane. At first, it won't, because everybody wants to test the waters, right? Oh, there's only one or two different people investing in the 50-50 raffle, and now, but see how it snowball out of control, because all of a sudden the winners start getting announced, they start being publicized on the website, they start to see that the amount of tickets are actually going down, not going up, so there's less tickets available, especially at these lower levels. So that means we can burn a lot more really, really rapidly. So that in itself will attract massive attention from, and we already have BlackRock, Grayscale, Fidelity, Morgan Stanley, and Bear Stearns. So all of them looking at SHIB right now. That's not good for the individual. Okay. On top of that, you have Binance, Crypto.com, and you have BlackRock and Robinhood. Those exchanges hold massive number of SHIB. Now, they haven't done anything with it recently except for Binance. Binance does burn 1 billion per quarter, as promised by EZ, right? CZ, sorry, CZ. Don't want to pronounce his name. Don't want to mispronounce his name, I should say. Yeah, so with those aspects coming forward, coming to fruition, what's going to happen is, of course, anybody is not getting the word out to their friends and family. And that's going to hurt them in the long run, because what's going to happen is, of course, all these organizations, all these cryptocurrencies are going to start piling in, and they got money. They got millions of dollars. So when they start piling in, they're not buying, a couple billion. They're buying hundreds of billions, right? They announced today that somebody from Asia, or is it Europe, bought 200 billion. Was it 200 billion? Or, yeah, it was, they spent maybe $1 million. And they made a big announcement about it. I'm like, no, guys, that's not a bidding war. A bidding war is serious money. Like almost $1 billion in serious money being traded. Somebody wants a lot of SHIB. And they realize the mistakes they made in the past, they're not going to make the same mistakes that Vladimir Putin made or Ethereum made. Didn't capitalize on it. They're not going to make the same mistakes that Shibarium made, because Shibarium automatically should have switched everything that they had over to an exchange. Like instantly bought an exchange that was suffering. If they would have done that, and then they said that they were going to start reducing SHIB with every single transaction, no matter what currency is being bought or what crypto is being bought, all of it's going to go towards a burn in SHIB circulating supply. The amount that they would have had to buy of SHIB just to solidify would have been astronomical, because they would have had to sell almost everything that they have and invest it just basically on the burn rate alone, just to get enough SHIB to even substantiate, because you need at least 10 trillion. Like all these, to minimize themselves, you have to get 10 trillion, at least 10 trillion, 20 trillion to be better. So 20 trillion gives them that comfort zone that they can start buying and avoid the Ethereum gas fees. Because once the volume picks up in Ethereum, you know what happens. Same thing always happens. It drives up the price of the gas fees, because all of a sudden there's not enough room on the blockchain. So then everybody has to pay these astronomical fees to do business on that blockchain. Well, it's more secure. It's got all these little extras, but it's so slow once congestion starts to pile up. And it's so expensive for everybody to get in. So the whole idea that BlackRock and Binance and Crypto.com and OKX is to lower those fees by buying up all the SHIB that they can get their hands on, so that everything is on their exchange. So they're buying and selling on their exchange, not going to Ethereum blockchain. Therefore, they're able to cut the fees. And it's dependent on how much their servers are. And if they're smart like Binance did, if it starts to get too congested, what they do is they cut off everybody else and stick to SHIB, and then work on buying more for everybody else and keep SHIB going so that they maximize their profits. And that's the whole trick of it. So 10 billion being traded every day, if you're burning enough of it, you're going to get that response, because that's exactly what happened with Ethereum. That's exactly what happened with Shibarium when they did their $56 billion, 56 billion SHIB gone forever. Massive love shout out to everybody that's in the world right now, because we want to make sure that everybody understands this concept, because you don't have, it seems like you have a lot of time because it hasn't affected the price. But the truth of the matter is you see one pop where it's reducing a major amount of SHIB, that means the bidding war is already starting, right? It's already started. So it's too late when that happens, because what's going to happen is 3 or 4 months down the road, if we get that far, depending on how many burns happen like at once, that means that they already have instantiated their golden goose. They've already bought it, they already own it, and they're going to start laying, they want to get those eggs going. So the only way to get those eggs going is to start burning SHIB. And they'll do it on a massive scale. And the fact that it hasn't happened yet is a bloody miracle, because every single company in the world that's suffering right now should be buying massive amounts of SHIB, or buying up exchanges that aren't doing very good, doing very well, and that have exposure to Asia, that have exposure to Europe, that have exposure to South Africa, Northern Africa, and Peru, Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, because MEXC has a massive amount of SHIB. They're started accumulating it. Now, they're not accumulating very much of it, but they are accumulating around $3 million USDT. And for Mexico to do that, that's massive. Okay, that tells you something right there. So OKX is still obtaining it, but I'm pretty sure that they're not only the ones buying it. I'm pretty sure that on their exchange, they're using it as a trading mechanism for everybody. So because Asia is so dense and it's got so many people in it, it's hard to say. Now, XRP, we're going to get into XRP. XRP just signed a massive deal with Japan. So everything that's on the exchanges on Japan are now allowed for XRP. So all the exchanges that are in Japan are now accepting XRP as payments. So that's a good sign. And the banking sector is now accepting XRP as a not a currency, but as a crypto digital asset. Thanks to their CEO, CFO, and their board of directors. Right. So yes, they have a board of directors. Sorry, guys, if you didn't know that, it's exactly what they have. They can mint as many coins as they want. If they run into trouble, they can, and when you're dealing with these projects, they have Ripple to protect them. Okay, so Ripple's behind them. So most of the companies that would invest are going to be investing in Ripple. They're going to hold XRP to accountability, but they're going to buy into Ripple to increase the valuations of XRP. Does it make sense? Everybody with me so far? So there's your bottom news for the cryptocurrencies for today. I don't know if that helps you at all. See, give me some money, I'm broke. David Blaine. David Blaine, God bless you, my friend. God bless you for saying that. It takes a big man to come out and ask for money right away. Don't even know you. That's awesome. Hey, you guys are Christians, right? You guys wear your crosses with pride. Well, here you go. I got some loving for you. Going to ask you for some money. Yay! Going to hit you up. Massive love shout out to David. Now that's what I'm talking about, David. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody wants money. Exactly. Everybody wants some money. And how do you obtain that money? Invest a little bit. Right? We only ask the people, we only suggest, we don't ask anybody. We suggest. Okay? SHIB is so volatile at this stage that we tell everybody it's better to be in than out. So even with a little bit. So $15 gets you 1 million SHIB. SHIB is extremely cheap, Mark. You should be like, wow, OMG. OMG is right. OMG. SHIB should never be selling at this price. Show me the money. I love the money. Show me the money. Right, yeah. What's that from? Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire, that's right. I love the black man. I love everybody. I love everybody. I love everybody. Yeah, well, this is supposed to be a fun show for everybody. This is where we come to have fun, guys. This is everybody in the on the planet should come here to have some fun because that's all we're about. We're having to have fun. Everybody wants to make money. We're in it. Thanks. I sound like Jerry. I sound like Tom Cruise. I don't look like Tom Cruise though. Sound like Jerry Maguire. No, that's awesome. That show just kills me every time I watch it. When I see that scene, it just kills me because I'm like, that's SHIB right there. That's SHIB. Exactly what SHIB is right there. SAQ in the house. Massive high five to SAQ. Took over the last time. That was awesome, buddy. That was awesome. David. Okay, got to make some love, right? Got to share that love. Get those hearts flowing. Get that hundreds going. Get the celebration started. Yes, it's investing from cryptocurrency. If you're not familiar with it, you can go to the website and check us out. It's shib5050raffle.com. There's a lot of information in there on how to buy crypto. Exchanges that we recommend. Well, we don't recommend any of them, but we do. There's a whole bunch that are listed 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, and 8 out of 10. Those are trusted sites that someone else has put the marking on it that gave them that rating. I'm not sure how that rating works, but you can look it up. Crypto.com if you're in the States. Same thing with, and Jason Cox can attest to Robinhood. Make sure you say some prayers for Oklahoma. They're under a tornado watch. Now, that doesn't mean that there's going to be a tornado, but they're under a tornado watch. So it would be a good idea. And he's not doing the greatest, so I'd like to say some prayers about his breathing apparatus so that it can help him out with that. Hold on, I'll get you, David. I'll get you. Where are you, David? There we go. I'm gonna add you as a moderator. Yeah, so made some money in SHIB, absolutely. Made a little bit, okay? Because we went from, I bought early on in 2022. I bought in May. End of March. March 31st, I bought in my first SHIB. I bought in. I couldn't believe that people weren't buying this up like crazy. It just blew me away that they have these, that it's reducing its circulating supply all the time, adding value to the investors, to every single person that invests in SHIB. It's adding to the value. Plus, it's got zero governance. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I got to put something in it. I put $250 in it at that time. I lost money. I started dollar cost averaging in all the way down. Get a load of this. It went from 28 USDT, 4028, all the way down to 5088. So I got it at 28 and it went all the way down to 5088, 8786, and it touched 6968, somewhere in there. 506. Can you imagine 5068? If you would have bought it that time, you would have made a massive amount of money. When they did the $56 billion burn, 4 months later, we had this big huge pop for 43 days. SHIB went shot up like a bullet. Yeah, I would have made 6-7 times your money. Easy money, right? But you had to wait till 2023, 2024 to and buy it in 20 at the bottom end of 2023. So you would have had to wait two years for that. SAQ is anonymous. That's not a problem, David. Not a problem at all. So, which part did you miss out on? Did you miss out on the whole spiel? Because I can go through the whole thing again if you wish. We fly. So I was listening to broadcast the other day. I talked about this yesterday, I think, about who are your influencers that were trying to get you into drugs. And one of the influencers came out and said that I was 6 when I was introduced to drugs by Scooby and Shaggy Doo of the Mystery Inc. Corporation. Because these guys had to be bloody well high all the time. There's no way. Like, you look at, and even when I was looking at it, so you guys are like brothers, like V for Vendetta and SAQ. Interesting. I'm gonna have some fun with you guys tonight, eh? You guys are gonna be like polishing your teeth and your knives. Testing out my theory on everything. So anyway, yeah. So the biggest influencers were Shaggy and Scooby Doo, because if you look closely, if you go back, there's no way, man. There's no way that these guys were straight up, right? They had to be high all the time. With statements like, "Hey, Shaggy, what's that noise in this haunted house late at night, around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning? Maybe they're baking a cake. Maybe." Got the munchies a little? You can't keep your mind off of the munchies? Yeah, they're not high at all. These people are normal. And if you're talking to a dog, you might be a little high. Just a little bit. If it's talking back, that's when you know, whoops, there's issues. I just swore that dog started talking to me. Do anybody remember the song Wasn't That a Party? Wasn't That a Party? Wasn't that a party? Someone threw a grapefruit. Looked like a hat. You don't remember that song? Anybody? Say cute, didn't answer. Questions, are you? Been somewhere for 9 months. Sorry to hear about that, David. Sorry about the interruption, but yeah, my Wi-Fi kept cutting out. South Park makes you feel that way. No, those guys are just looped. Like, they're on something else. They're just looped. I wouldn't even say it's speed, bro. SAQ, sorry about that, SAQ, but about your hacker, if I'm a programmer or a hacker, programmer, I don't hack. Sorry. I pay people to hack. And I haven't paid anybody. So, yeah, because hacking is some serious stuff, right? Screwing around with someone else's software, firmware, and their computers is beyond me. I wouldn't do it, right? I'm a Christian. I keep the Christian ethics completely up there. I know what you're going to say about my profile picture, blah, 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 blah. Oh, by the way, I got a profile picture, too, I could possibly put on there. we'll do the other one. There we go. All right, we'll put that one up there. Because I know that you guys are, you know, like the dog. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, 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 woof. All right. Essay here, I don't want people seeing my face because I get mad one times. Like, troll. When you're trolling. Yeah, well, you know, trolling is okay if you're, you know, if it's funny. Come on. It's got to be funny. If it's not funny, it's boring. And no one wants to hear someone, you know, just ramble on about trying to get people to stumble on stuff, right? That's like, you think it's funny, but everybody else doesn't think it's funny. So you got to be funny. If you're trolling, you got to be funny. That's the whole message, right? When you're doing something to prevent or be provocative, you got to be funny. You got to keep it loose and goose, right? You want to share those ideas, those frames on, you want to stir the attention away from SHIB, because I don't know why you want to steer it away from SHIB unless you're getting paid by BlackRock, Robinhood, Binance, Crypto.com, Shibarium, the ecosystem development team, just because you just want to deter and disenfranchise the whole concept, and try and get people to steer away from it. So you try and be as boring as possible, trying to bring up stuff that you don't want to talk about, try and keep it simple and keep it going in an opposite direction. You want to talk about BTC, you want to talk about anything else, right? That's trolling 101. You're not religious. True, false, bad, wrong, up, down, sideways. Sounds like a song. Show me the money. Show me the money. Where's the money? I want the money. I'm trying to show you the money. Trying to tell you where it is and how much to invest. And you're going to say, well, can you invest it for me? I'm already invested. Right? Got to have a backup plan. Everybody's got to have a backup plan. SAQ, that's what you said last time. And everybody knew about it. That's the best part. Okay, got to use trolling. Get a little of this. Make the use of examples and principles to defend and make them come out. Well, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get them to stumble on their words and see if there's any truth in what they're saying. I get it. I honestly get it. But when you have something of importance that needs to get said, it doesn't matter what you say, right? You want me to make you laugh? Okay. Well, there's a bunch of kids things going on today on TikTok. You seen that? David Blaine connect. Wow, David and SAQ. That's interesting. Why would you say that? Like, I want to know where's that coming from? Do I come into your office or your play time and disrupt you, and then say things like, "Hey, what are you playing with? What is it that you're doing with your play toys? Are those something you want to be playing with? Those could be dangerous." The zucchini, the carrot stick that's sharpened, that's dangerous, man. It's dangerous stuff. Especially if you have no ranch. Got no ranch. What are you doing with vegetables? So you're not interested in SHIB. So what are you interested in? XMR? XMR? Everybody interested in XMR? Put your hands up. Everybody that wants to disenfranchise yourself with David and XAQ, put your hands up. Sorry about that, David. Got to take you off as a moderator here. You're trolling, but you're not doing a very good job of it, my friend. You need to, like I said, if you can't be funny and you can't make up jokes, right, right. People are distracting, but they're not focused, right? David, I'm not trolling you. Okay. I thought you and SAQ were on the same page. Okay, so what is your logic behind SHIB? What do you think? Tell me how you really feel. 589 trillion SHIB is too much? We're going to go over some math. You like math? We'll go over some math. Because everybody talks about math, but they don't actually go into math to talk about it. So we'll go into some math. Uh, Jason, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's what I want to see. That kind of stuff I want to see. SAQ. Distracting you from your job tonight. That's was going with it. Well, it's going. It's not going anywhere fast, but it's going. It reminds me of SHIB, right? You take little steps. You reduce a little bit more. 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 At the end of the year, you tell everybody how much you reduced. You've reduced 145 billion SHIB, and they look at you. No, we didn't. It doesn't mean anything. That's the first people thing. That's honestly, that's what people say. It doesn't mean anything. There's 589 billion SHIB left over. 589 trillion SHIB left over. You're going to be making this statement when there's 500 million SHIB left over. Well, there's 500 million SHIB. BTC has only got 21 million. And how come it's got, how come it's so high? The valuation is 1/3 of what Bitcoin's is. It shouldn't be there. That's the mentality of everybody, is to downgrade it because you're no longer in it. And they want it to sell it so they can get back in at a lower price. Think math and automation. Okay, so SAQ, so you're into automation. Okay, so your mathematical skills, you don't need them anymore because you have a computer. So the first thing you want to do is enter in the total circulating supply. And the total circulating supply right now of SHIB, we'll get right into this. The total supply right now is 589 trillion, 251 billion, 338 million, 233,258. Is that correct? The amount that we've burned, besides Valetic buterins, is 748 billion, 616 million, 776,741. That is gone forever, everybody. That is gone. That's added value back into the SHIB community. Okay, well, David, just bear with me. How many people right now know how many people on the planet can afford $2.56 USDT? How many people can afford $2.56 right now? How many people on the planet can afford $2.56 USDT? How many? Mark Anthony, I can. Okay, so if every single one of them were to buy SHIB right now, if they were to jump in and say, I can do it, I'll buy it. Okay, $2.56 buys you approximately 130,000 SHIB. No supply left. Congratulations, there's zero supply left. And you're sitting on 132,000 SHIB. Yeah, that's why I used USDT, because everybody understands USDT. If you're in euros, of course, euros means that you only had to spend a dollar, what? 43, right? Dollar, roughly around $1.43. Not, sorry, not a dollar, a pound. 143. 1.43 pounds, right? So how many people in the world that are able to invest can afford that? That's what you got to ask yourself. Because if every single one of them knew what we know, or what I'm about to tell you, why wouldn't they be buying it when it's constantly adding value? So it's giving money back to them that own it. England in pounds, sterling silver. What's today's SHIB price? Okay, Mark Anthony, right now, SHIB's price is 4 zeros, 14164. Right now, that's what SHIB's price is right now. 4 zeros, 14148. Truly astounding. Truly astounding. Why? Because every single company, every single organization on the planet are missing out on millions and millions of dollars every single day that they're not in it. So how long before they figure out that if they start reducing it, but they're going to want to own it first, so there's your bidding war. So it's inevitable. Inevitable. I want you to remember those words. It's inevitable that these things are going to come to fruition fairly quickly, because once they figure out, hey, wait a second, I'm going to make money reducing something that I'm going to get money back from the government for. I'm going to make this much money. How come no one else has told me about this? Because they don't want you to know about it. Because they don't know themselves how this works. Yeah, very cheap. It's beyond cheap, but you know what, Mark? It gives everybody an opportunity to get into it, right? That's how you got to look at it. It gives people, that new people that don't have it, like that never saw this price before or didn't even know anything about SHIB. It gives them an incredible chance to get into it. Like, it's a bloody miracle it's this low. Like, it really is. It truly is a miracle why it's this low. And can it go lower? Absolutely, it can go lower. There's nothing that says it can't. The thing is that who needs it more? The people that are buying it or the people that are selling it? Always the seller needs it more. SAQ, I hate SHIB, SHIB, because of spam. Okay, so what is he talking about? He's talking about the amount of SHIB coins that are available. So there are enormous amount of crap going on in the marketplace when it comes to SHIB. SHIB is, let's face it, 72,000% broke world records back in 2021. Everybody's a copycat. There's so many copycats. And if you put your money into them, they're 99.9% chance of losing your money instantly. Instantly. Why? Because they're copycats. They see the opportunity, they take advantage of it. The Shiboshis, different Shiba Inu, SHIB, SHIB V, SHIB Z. I mean, there's so many of them. Yeah, so many of them. That's why that SHIB gets a bad name. And the ecosystem development team gives it a bad name. Because they don't keep their word. You don't see that about the coin? What do you don't see about the coin? SHIB isn't a coin, by the way. SHIB is tokenomics. So the difference between a token and a coin is... Anyone have an idea? I like cute crabs. See how I mean? But at least that's funny, SAQ. That's funny. I like cute crabs. I like Raisin Bran. I like Cherry Blossom. I like food products that smell good, taste good, are good, all good. Well, there you go. Turtles and pizza. There you go. Turtles and pizza. Yummy. Absolutely disgusting. Do you have the turtles and then the pizza? Or do you have the pizza and then the turtles? That's the kicker. Mark Anthony for Go McDonald's. Well, McDonald's apparently is not very good for you. They've been posting this for like a long time. Remember the show Super Size Me, after the Super Size big ordeal with McDonald's and Burger King were getting into that upsize me and super size me. He gained 34 pounds in 30 days. He was so happy. And then he put the food in the in the incubator. Remember that? That was just absolutely disgusting. McDonald's looked the same as when he put it in. That's scary stuff right there. It was like, what are they doing to keep it that long? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, laugh out loud. There you go. Eat pizza. David. Family show. Family show. Show me the money. Show me the money. Enough of the turkey. Enough of the turkey. You want to eat a burger? SAQ. SAQ. No, 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 no. No, no, no. We don't want to get into that. Yeah, you don't want to know. You don't want to. Yeah, but see, this is supposed to be a family show, guys. Family show. Family show. Show me the money. That's right. Show me the money. Raise the roof. We like to sing the Pump It Up song. Everybody likes to sing the Pump It Up song. Can you all sing this Pump It Up song? Even though it doesn't really do anything except get your spirits lifted, right? Pump it up. We gotta pump it up. Pump it up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There it is. Yeah, we're at, okay, so Mark Anthony, I know you're out there. You want to know about SHIB's price right now. It is going down at the moment. It is at 14,124. We don't cover price, we cover value. We only cover value. So every time we reduce, we're adding value. Every time we have more people coming in than leaving, we're adding value. Believe it or not, that's the way it is, right? So the whole idea of SHIB is to gain what? More wallet holders. Wendy's, because it's grilled. Wendy's is grilled burgers, right? Plus, they give you different variety. They give you mashed potatoes, baked potato, curly fries, at no extra cost, which is awesome. If you want chili's extra. Sorry, the chili is extra. I don't know why it's extra, but it's only like 30 cents, 40 cents for chili rather than fries or baked potato. If you want to, avoid the carbs, just everybody's going to say, well, I have diet Dr. Pepper, or I have diet this, diet that. It's like the diet's actually worse for you than the sugar. Believe that or not. Best thing to do is just ask for iced tea. But the iced tea has got a lot of sugar in it, so you go half iced tea, half water, or just get ice, because they throw in half of it ice anyway. So there's your, and then just wait for it to melt. Healthiest burger. I don't know if it's the healthiest burger. Homemade usually is the healthiest burger, and a lot better. And you get to put in whatever it is you want on it. Harvey's is a store-bought patty, and sometimes you can taste the afterbite on it. It's not the greatest either. For a great host. Thanks, Mark Anthony. You're the best. Yes, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button if you haven't done already. Make sure you tip your waitress, waiter, your hairdresser, hair cutter, hair trimmer. Make sure you tip. And that's, hey, whatever floats your boat at this point in time. I mean, we got into the worst narcissistic conversation you could possibly get into when we're supposed to be talking about a currency that's given back to the people that are invested in it. And what are we talking about? Strip or chicks or strip, chicken strips, finger licking good, right? See where this conversation's going? It's just dirty. It's just downright disgusting. Because chicken, when was the last time anyone's licked their fingers after KFC? Anyone? I've done that, right? Lick their fingers after KFC. And then you feel like, oh my God, this is just absolutely horrendous. You've got the cloth in the mouth, trying to get everything out. SAQ, chicken strips. You strip for chicken? SAQ? That's just, isn't that something you do in private? Or dance naked in front of your chicks? Who does that? Anyone have chicks in the house? No one? Oh. Yeah, I don't live on the farm. I live in the city, so I just want to know. Dance naked in front of your animals, your pets. That's where that comes from. Sorry about that. How many people do that? I read that in a book for stress relief. I don't know if that's true or not. Most of the things that depress me or get me depressed, I just turn on some good old-fashioned humor. 30 minutes of SNL, sweaty balls gets me every single time. I can watch that. Chris Farley, oh my God, that show just throws me. Motivational speaker. Anyone ever see all those shows? Don't worry. After you watch those, and then you watch some more SNL, great stuff. Living in Color, the first segment of Living in Color. All of those shows, you'll instantly forget about all your anguish, all your anxiety, and be focused on just laughing your butt off. SHIB is too cheap, my friend. We just talked about this yesterday, David. I don't know, you weren't here, but make sure you subscribe to the channel, like it, comment. You're already commenting. But what we did yesterday was we talked about Jason Cox. The 22nd marks Bitcoin Pizza Day! Woo! Bitcoin Pizza Day! Someone sold 60,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas back in 2012. They sold their Bitcoin for 50 cents because at that time Bitcoin was only worth 50 cents and they bought 2 pizzas with it. So imagine you selling or using your SHIB, SHIB, to buy some clothing. You become the SHIB clothing guy. And then they would mark down the calendar date of exactly when that happened, and that would be the result of it. And they'd be like, you have just sold $14 billion worth of SHIB for 2 pairs of jeans. Woo! Yeah, and then you'd be like, oh, no, don't show me the money. Don't show me the money. Because we have guys that have bought SHIB when it first started and are crying because they sold it because SHIB was going down and they didn't hold on to it, and it had a 72,000% increase, but that was after Vladimir Putin got half the supply. And then when he reduced it, 4 months later, SHIB goes on a tear. 72,000% increase in price. Can it do it again? Absolutely. But what do we need to see happening? All these exchanges, all these individual companies start taking advantage of it, buying a massive amount of it, and then reducing the supply. But everybody else should have a chance to get into it before that happens so that everybody has a chance to make multi-millions or at least multi-thousands of dollars before, before they start selling it back into their fiat currency, which is pretty much, you should be using gold, right? We should have a gold standard that we can instantly transfer our SHIB into gold or stable coins. Like it should be just automatically. Okay, we're done. We're going to pull it out and put it into stable coins and see if SHIB comes down or not. If it doesn't, we're at least safe in stable coins. Because if you pull it out and put it in something else, you take that risk of it losing all your money. Just to keep you informed. So your stable coins are USDT, USDC, DAO. There's a few of them. But the ones that you want to stick around with are the ones that have been around the longest, right? So USDT, USDC, and DAO, I think, are the longest ones that have been around for. And one of them is Tether. A lot of people don't like Tether. I don't know why, but if you could explain it, that would be great. Read more comments, bro. Yeah, okay. Thank you, SAQ. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Oh, okay, so wisdom, David. Never use patience. Patience, and you will be tested in patience. Use wisdom. It gives you more outcome. Okay, so you're able to see the fluidity of your destination. Make sense? So if you understand, like, because of patience, then you're going to get every roadblock. You're going to hit every red light. You're going to hit every loophole that drags you down. You're going to hit every single one of them because it's going to test your patience. That's why Jesus Christ is so important, because it tells you, look for wisdom, give you wisdom to see, oh, it's a windy road, it's bumpy, I'm in for a bit of a chop, but the road is pure, it's the destination's right there. I can see it. Whereas if you're looking for patience, it just shows you the next 10 feet. Does that make sense to everybody? You understand that? Everything is a lose-lose situation. If you think of it like a lose-lose situation, like if you were to buy it right now and you'd be like, oh no, it went down 3%, that's a loss, right? 3% 's a loss. And then you're like, oh no, that's because you're only looking at the next 10 feet. Your patience is going to run very thin, very fast. The whole idea is that you see the outcome later on. That gives you that wisdom, right? That moves the goalpost further away so that you can actually see the forest through the trees. Right? That's what they mean by you can't see the forest because of the trees, but the forest isn't very thick because you're only looking at it from one point of view. And you're looking at, oh my God, I got all those trees in the way. I'm just going to stop and not do anything. I'm doing nothing. I'm going to wait for that red stop sign to turn green. That's what I'm going to do. Once that turns green, I'm good to go. He said, yeah, and that's why all those people in Canada are stoned all the time. And get that remark going. No, please don't get that remark going. But that's, like we're not very, well, we put back the same people that screwed the country back into power. So, I mean, what, you really can't say much about Canada, can you? I don't have much patience, and I don't have. Okay, so David, do you put money into the lottery? Because if you don't, stop right there. Don't buy SHIB. Don't buy anything. Okay, you're not in that realm to buy anything, because the first thing you're going to do is, I don't know if this is right for me. And married, yeah, I'm married. Okay, you don't. Okay, so if you don't put money into a lottery, don't worry about it. Okay, leave SHIB out of it. SHIB is cheap for a reason, but it hasn't taken off, and I can't tell you when it's going to take off. I give you the signs to watch for, and you can jump in later on. Okay, that's it. If you don't want to take that gamble, there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, well, David, do you breathe? Then you're gambling, because you're gambling that you're going to be able to breathe tomorrow. That's a gamble. Everything's a gamble, my friend. Okay, but there's security and non-security. The things that you can feel, touch, and present, those are the things that you trust. And if you don't buy lottery tickets, then you don't understand what we're getting at. That's right, David. Don't buy into SHIB. That's our recommendation, because our recommendation is whatever you spend on a lottery ticket, that's what you spend on SHIB. If it's $5 a week that you spend on lottery tickets, then that's what you spend in SHIB. Just save it for the next week, put $10 so you can buy more every 2 weeks. Because nobody knows when it's going to explode. I give you the signs to watch for, but you remember that you'll be buying it a lot higher. That's all. You're going to be buying it a lot higher. There's no easy way to say it. That's just it. SHIB changes that fast. In a day, it can go up 100%. In a day. And sometimes within an hour. No word of a lie. Sorry to hear about that SAQ. Sorry to hear about that. That you're bored. What would you like to know? That SHIB's going up tomorrow, 72,000%. Then everybody's happy. We're going to start seeing that massive run. Everybody be happy. And then when they see that it doesn't, they're going to say, hey, Will, you know where you can go. Because it's not moving. It's not going up. You told me it was going up. You promised. Nobody can tell you when it's going to happen. They just tell you what to look for when it does. So what are the things you're going to be looking for? You're going to be looking at the ether scan. You're going to be going into SHIBburn, SHIBburn.com. You're going to be going into CoinCarp to find out how many wallet holders there are. To look at the 100 wallet holders that are holding it, even though you can't look at it right now because they shut it down. I don't know who shut it down, but I'm guessing Binance and BlackRock, and maybe even Fidelity and Morgan Stanley have shut it down. Because if you go on there, you can't find anything. It tells you who the top holders are, but it doesn't give you names and specifics, and that is very, very important. I do use one. It's called CoinGlass. You can go on CoinGlass, and it shows you who's buying, but it doesn't give you it gives you the Asian market. What did I just say, David? What did I just say? That's what I'm saying. Because if you buy a lottery ticket, you understand what a lottery ticket means. Right? It's all or nothing. Either you win something or you lose it all. That's a lottery ticket. And you don't look back, right? Once you lose that money in the lottery, you don't look back. You don't say, crap, I lost. I'm not going to buy another ticket. It's rigged. Because all the ones that do that, like myself included, I go buy another lottery ticket. Tomorrow I'm buying more SHIB. But what difference does it make to you? I buy SHIB every 2 weeks. On time. And it's always on Sunday because why? Sell-off Sunday. That's right. Sell-off Sunday. Everybody say it with me. Sell-off Sunday. Cryptocurrencies are always known for selling off on Sunday and Monday mornings. But because you can't predict what's going to happen Monday, you're better off just staying where? On the sidelines, right? On the sidelines. Can SHIB go up 100% in an hour? Absolutely. It's happened before in the past. Worthless, but no. That's right. In fact, Jason, it's actually one step closer, right? Because it gives you more value. You understand that? The time you bought it, someone has reduced a certain amount of supply. It happens every 2 days or every 3 days or every day. There's constantly reducing circulating supply. That's given money back into the community, by the way, everybody. That's giving money back to you that's invested in it. So if it's giving money back to you, isn't it worth putting something in it if someone's always giving you money back? That's how I look at it. It's like investing in land. If you want to sell that land for less money, knock yourself out. But if you're gaining more land every time you're owning it, you had to do nothing. You had to do nothing. You got more land, and you're willing to sell that for less money. You knock yourself out. And anybody can do that. There's always a pawn store across the street from everybody, right? And they're willing to take your money faster than anybody. And they're willing to give you half of what it's worth, right? Or 40% what it's worth. You're not getting the full value of it. But if you need the money right now, that's what you got. And that's why SHIB's price is where it's at. You like that, SAQ? We have a different viewpoint than most. God, eternity. There you go. Again, thank you, SAQ, because at least it's funny. God, eternity. Because everybody wants eternity. Everybody deserves it. Well, none of us are worthy of eternity. But thanks be to Lord Jesus Christ, we have the ability to find it and accept it, that Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior. Oh, sorry, SAQ, right? Not eternity. You can see why this is funny. Come on. There you go. Once more for the IDCs, right? How many people come on and say that? Why are you here if you don't care? That's what I want to know. That, like, talk about the irony, right? I don't give a crap. I want to talk about something that's fun for me to talk about. Let's talk about sheep. I heard the moon's falling. Still waiting. I know 26 letters in the alphabet. Why, I don't know. I don't know. You like to climb. Oh, yeah. Goats love to climb. Sheep, I don't know. Sheep. I think you're doing a lot of sheepy. Shear the sheep. Bah. Oh, come on. You got to laugh. That's friggin' hilarious. That's okay, Jason. That's that's okay. It's pretty sheep here. Bah. It's pretty show. It's awesome though. You guys are awesome. Right? If you can't laugh, man, life is too short, right? You have to laugh. That's the whole thing. If anyone hasn't seen Sweaty Balls, Pete Sweaty from Sweaty Ball Factory, you gotta watch it. It's gonna put you on your butt. Keep you there for quite a while. Yeah, it's pretty lame. Yeah, it is lame. But at least it's funny. Lame. And it's growing on you. Funny. Mendoza. Oh, don't say those words. Sheepish. It's very sheepish. I'm getting like Ace Ventura and Pet Detective. That's very sheepish. Who's, don'ts, and wants. So, just to recap on not the animal farm, but yeah, and if you have a chance, I would strongly recommend everybody checking out Chris Foley. on SNL. It's called Motivational Speaker. We put him in the basement. We left him there for 12 hours. He's only had 12 cups of coffee. I think he's ready to go. You think? I live in a van down by the river. If you don't watch it, you're going to be living in a van down by the river with me. Yeah, it's hilarious. You got to watch it. It's quite funny. You thought that Show Me the Money was funny. 23 flavors. 23 flavors of Dr. Pepper. That's just nasty, Jason. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Who grew up listening to that? Like those people that invented it. Now those guys were smoking some good reefer. They had to be. Oh, what could we name our next show? I don't know what. Let me think. Joey, you got turtles at your house? Yeah. One of them started talking to me yesterday. Man, I told you to lay off that cocaine. It's not good for your brain. It gets you hallucination. Oh, that was the LSD. Yeah. Are the real turtles there? But you had to think, like, these people had to be on some sort of drugs, man, to come up with the lines that they had to come up with and present a show that's based on absolutely nonsense. You have a rat as a friend. I mean, everybody usually runs away from these things, right? All of a sudden, it's the master ninja. And enough of that, right? We want to get into the night's show, right? I know where you're going with this. This is awesome. This is great, and it's wonderful that we're actually having this debate. And well, it's not much of a debate, but it is comic relief, right? So that's the whole point of it. That we're trying to string this along as quickly and as humanly as possible. And yes, we are crazy Canucks, as you can plain will see. I don't smoke. If anyone ever asks, just natural high on life. Does pineapple really go on pizza? Well, some people would say yes, and a lot of people would say no. My son loves it. I don't really mind it. The wife loves it. The dog, when I had a dog, he loved it. He never ate the pineapple, but he ate the rest of the pizza, which was nice because he left me the scraps, which is awesome. Disgusting. They're disgusting. You know that they lick their buttholes? Yes, I know. That's disgusting. And yes, it went into the garbage, just so you know. But that's nor there nor there. No, we don't want to have any turtles on our pizza. Like, who does that? Who even says that kind of stuff? It's just wrong. Anyway, God bless each and every one of you. Jesus loves you. And thanks for coming, every single one. And we always have fun at this channel. That's what we're all about anyway, is always having fun and sharing our concepts, our ideas, and our aptitude. As much as it goes on a tangent sometimes and gets really carried away. Maybe I'm not done. I am done. I am so done. I'm so done. I gotta go. The reason why that is because, where am I? See, you guys lost my train of thought here. So why do we invest in SHIB? Is because it's cheap, it's affordable to everywhere in the world, and it's available to everyone in the world. So if anyone doesn't know about it, please put your 2 cents in and come on to the show and share your prospects. Thank you so much and have a great and wonderful evening, everyone. God bless you. Jesus loves each and every one of you. Want to make sure we get that message out loud and clear. John 3:16. We always say John 3:16. God so loved the earth that he gave his only begotten son for everyone. So Jesus died on the cross for you. He didn't even know who you were. No joke, right? He didn't even know who you were. He died for your sins. He took that. That became the Lamb of God. The moment that he did that, he became your salvation. So all you do is say, Jesus, come into my heart. Thanks be to Lord Jesus Christ. I share with you, and I'm not worthy of your love, but because of what you've done, I want you to know that I am with you always. And share that with your friends and family, because that's exactly what he did for you. And he did it for every single person on the planet. That's why we do this for every single person on the planet. So everybody has a chance at doing something great with their lives. Thank you so much, and have a great and wonderful night, everyone. God bless each and every one of you. Take good care of yourselves and each other. Cheers. Until tomorrow, we'll have to settle down. Until tomorrow, we'll just keep moving on. Cheers, everybody. Have a great and wonderful night. Take my strong hand there. You're a sick puppy. Good night.